What's up, everybody? This is Dr. Zeb, and welcome to the Rehab Christian Center Tuesday night virtual experience. And we call it Life Study. And I'm glad to be here with you tonight on regular time. I know that may have shocked some of you to see the announcement today. But my kids have a makeup game this week. And so that means no practice, which means I could come early, which means I jumped right on that because when I teach at 8, it is an extremely long night for me. And it's going to be a long night tonight anyway. Given work and things that I have to do here. But it's good to be here with you, and certainly I'm prayerful that you are having a phenomenal week so far, though it's just Tuesday, and I want you to know that I'm praying for you. I also messed up in another way. Go ahead and start liking this video, sharing this video, saying good evening in the chat area. I also messed up another way, and it's this. I did not finish the series Maintaining a Healthy Headspace. I only went through ways 1 through 3. And for some reason in my mind, I thought I went through all 5. And that just goes to show how many things I've got on my brain right now. My brain is all over the place. So many responsibilities right now. And so I apologize because I should be giving you way 4 and way 5 of how to maintain a healthy headspace. And I shifted gears tonight to talk about impatience. And so we're going to deal with impatience because I've really been led for many weeks now to discuss this. So we're going to deal with patience tonight, and then we will go back next week, next Tuesday, and we will finish that Maintaining a Healthy Headspace series, and I will give you way 4 and 5, and we will be done, okay? And so please accept my apology for getting thrown off. Definitely charge it to my head. And nothing else, just too much going on. And I got discombobulated with my studying. I try to study a few weeks ahead of time, and it just got thrown off. And so I apologize for that, but it's good to see you tonight. And thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, start again, liking this video, sharing this video. We're going to walk through the channels. I'm going to get you right off of here in about 45 minutes tonight. But I do want to go through this because I think this is a very important lesson, and I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So let's go through it. Facebook, good evening to you. Thank you so much for tuning in via Facebook. Those of you that are joining us on Facebook, make sure you like this video. If you really enjoy this broadcast, I want you to hold that like button down, turn it to a love, hit the share button, hit the @ symbol, tag 5 people, tell them to tune in tonight and join us. Let them know that Life Study is on the air, and we've got a powerful lesson tonight on impatience. It's going to bless you. It's going to be practical. It's going to be biblical. I'm going to give you a lot of things, text you can record, to go back and study and read more in depth later and just really share some things with you. So again, good evening, Facebook. Make sure you say good evening in the chat area if you have not already. And again, I want you to like this video, share this video, tag 5 people, tell them to tune in. Instagram, good evening. I was about to say good morning. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for tuning in via Instagram. Those of you that are tuned in on Instagram, do me a favor, fill it up with hearts. Let me know you're tuned in. And then if you're on Instagram, hit the @ symbol. I want you to tag 5 of your friends right now and tell them to tune in. All right. Say good evening in that chat area. Hit that @ symbol, tag 5 of your friends, tell them to tune in tonight. We've got a very powerful message, or lesson rather, on impatience. I'm going to teach this tonight and give you several texts to go back and read a little bit more later. But this is going to be a very powerful and practical lesson. And again, something that I've really been thinking about a lot over the last couple of weeks. Again, I apologize. We were supposed to finish the 5 ways to maintain a healthy headspace. I completely got thrown off course. And again, I think it just came from studying ahead. But thank you so much for tuning in, Instagram. And again, I see some of you sharing this video, hitting that @ symbol, tagging people. Make sure you do that. Tell people to tune in. Finally, YouTube, good evening to you. Those of you that are tuned in via YouTube, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. If you have not subscribed to our channel, regardless of what network you're on, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to the search bar and typing in TheREHABCC. Type in TheREHABCC on the search bar, and you can find us on YouTube. I want to encourage you to do that. Like this video, like our channel, subscribe to our channel, hit that bell notification icon so you can be notified when we have live opportunities. Excuse me, and you can tune in. All right, and so I want to encourage you to do that. And I thank you in advance for doing that and sharing this video. All right, I've got 7:13. I'm going to dive right into this. Again, I want to apologize one more time for completely getting my weeks mixed up. We will, I promise, deal with maintaining a healthy headspace. We will give you ways 4 and 5 next week. and wrap up that series. But I really believe that everything happens for a reason. And we're going to talk about impatience tonight. And this is something, again, I've been studying for weeks. Just got my weeks crisscrossed and crossed up. But we're here now, and I want to share this with you. So I'm going to give you a couple of nuggets. I want to share a couple of things to you tonight regarding impatience. Then I'm going to give you a lot of verses that I want you to go back and read later. Some of them I may just do an overview on. But a lot of these verses I want you to go back and read later because impatience, or rather patience, is just one of those traits. It's one of those characteristics that should be a staple in your life. It should be a staple in how you deal with people, situations, circumstances, predicaments, just life in general, relationships. It doesn't matter. Patience is a very powerful virtue to possess because in many ways, as we are developing our patience, we also end up developing other traits. All right. And I want to start there because what I don't think a lot of people realize is that I don't know why my light is so bright tonight. That thing is really wearing my eyes out. I don't know what's going on. What a lot of people don't realize is as you are developing patience in your life, and as you are developing that as a virtue that is existent in your life, in the process of developing that, you end up developing other virtues or traits that are just as critical that feed into your ability to be patient. Now, I'm going to explain this in a second. It's kind of like when sometimes we seek certain things in our lives, whether it be traits or we seek God for certain things in our lives. You know, he has a sense of humor. He sometimes gives you what you want, but in the process of giving you what you want, he gives you these other things that really complement what you want, right? And I think the easiest example off the top of my head is this, right? You wouldn't ask God to give you a house and then he not supplement your income so that you can take care of the house, right? And so sometimes in the process of, and I'm just using this again as a random example, but asking God, hey, bless me with a house, he then gives you an increase on your job, right? Or he'll give you a raise on your job, or he'll switch your job and give you a better job before he does the house. But that's necessary to work in concert with the house, right? So that you have financially what you need in order to supplement the house that he's about to bless you with. And so patience kind of works the same way. When we think about patience in our lives and how we ask God for patience in our lives, what tends to happen is he then gives us other things to supplement our patience so that in turn, as he is supplementing our patience, we are gaining tools necessary in order to be the best, most patient version of ourselves, right? The best, most patient version of ourselves, right? So we know how this works. Anytime you ask God for anything, he often sends the opposite to develop what it is that you've asked him for, right? So when you ask him for patience, he sends people, situations, things that get on your nerves, right? He sends things that are enticing to you that would otherwise speed you up or have you pressing to receive those things. He'll send those things to your life so that you can learn the value of slowing down, right? That's how God functions, right? God, give me more money. He sends you through difficult financial times. You know, God, give me peace. He sends you through a storm. God, heal my body. He sends you through a sickness or a season of illness, right? It is him working and operating in these opposites that then position us to learn other things through our journey that prepare us to receive what it is that we want to receive. And so this is critical for us tonight. When we understand that, then we understand that he also operates in the same manner when it comes to patience. When you say, God, give me patience, you are also saying, God, equip me, prepare me with other things that are necessary for me to carry the patience that you're going to give me. This is the first thing that I want you to record tonight. You're going to be the smartest person at the water cooler tomorrow. I want you to record this about patience. Put it in the comments quickly. All right. This is the first thing I want you to record. Patience is gained through determination, grit, and character. Patience is gained through determination, Grit, 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 or as in grits, but without the S. Determination, grit, and character. Let me tell you how this thing works. When you ask God to make you patient in a situation, what he does is sometimes makes the challenge greater, sometimes makes the obstacle bigger. And what that does is, in order for you to see the end game, which is more patience, or the end game, which is whatever it is that you're praying for or hoping for, you have to then buckle down and say, well, if I asked him for this and I know he's going to give me whatever this is, but I'm going through this difficult situation, I've got to find the stamina, the determination, the ability to drive through. And see, where people mess up is that they don't realize that patience really doesn't work without determination. Okay? Patience in your life doesn't really work without determination. That in fact, you can ask God to give you patience, but in the process of asking him to give you patience, you're going to have to find the strength to remain determined, right? Which means on the days that it looks like things are working great, that's wonderful. But on the days that it looks like things are not working great, you got to find the determination not to quit. You got to find the determination to keep moving forward. You got to find the determination to stay the course, the path that you're on, right? That's all a part of the larger umbrella of the ask for patience. So again, you don't just drop patience out the sky and it land on your shoulder and funnel down to your heart and all of a sudden, hey, I'm patient. It doesn't work that way. He takes you through a process or a journey that sometimes involves your ability to remain determined in a situation until the situation changes. And in the process of you remaining determined in a situation, as you remain determined in that situation, he then builds patience. So you're determined, but he's building patience while you are determined, while you are going through, while you are holding on. That's how patience works with determination, right? So just be careful. Again, we've already established that when you ask for patience, we already know that when you ask God for patience, he then brings sometimes difficult situations or trials. But we also need to know that it requires a determination to hold on. Those trials can last a week. That trial can last a day. That trial can last for years. Okay? And you have to find the determination to hold on, right? So again, as we ask for patience, 3 things come. 1, determination. 2, grit. Grit is one of my favorite words, Grit, grit. Grit's one of my favorite words because grit really speaks to toughness. Grit really speaks to toughness, right? Your ability to be gritty, right? When I think about the word grit, I always think about the word gritty in the context of athletics and being a former athlete. Sometimes we would, our coaches would describe other players to us, or they would, tell us how they wanted us to respond. And they would say, listen, you play this team, you got to be gritty, which means you got to be tough, right? You've got to be edgy. You've got to be strong. And isn't it crazy how sometimes when you ask God for impatience, in the process of you waiting on what you're waiting on, and in the process of you showing the determination to go through what you're going through, he then builds your strength as you go through, right? So you end up getting what you want, but you also end up being stronger as a byproduct of your patience, right? So you're waiting on the career to change, but you're going through hell on your current job. So you're finding the determination to go through the current job that you're going through. And in the process of finding the determination to go through the current job that you're going through, that then builds strength, right? That builds toughness. So then you're waiting on the new job. That's determination, right? You're persevering through. You're not quitting your current job. You come in every day, even when you don't want to go. You turn it over in the bed in the morning. You don't want to go. You're going anyway. You're pressing through. So that's building your determination. But then as you're dealing with all the drama you're dealing with on your job, that's building grit. That's building strength. And so you end up getting the job. And when you get the new job, here we go, you find new challenges on the new job that require greater strength. that had you not gone through what you went through, you would not be prepared for the new opportunity. And that's how it works. It's so crazy how this works, because we don't ask for determination. We don't ask for grit when we ask for patience. We tend to only think about patience in the context of just waiting. God, make me patient. And we just think about waiting. But it's more than that, right? It is also God then giving you the tools, the skills, the traits, the character, the abilities that you need while you are learning to be patient, so that when he then gives you what you want, you have what you need to be successful with what you want. No need of you asking God, give me a new job. And then you have to wait patiently on the new job, but then you're not learning the other skills necessary to be successful on the new job, right? And so while you get on your knees every morning begging God, God, make my coworkers act better, make my coworkers act less ghetto, make them, do better, make this situation better on the job, make my supervisor better, make all of this stuff better. While you're doing all of that, what you are forsaking is the fact that when you ask God for patience, you also asked him to prepare you to handle what it is that he's about to give you. And part of that preparation is gaining those other things: determination, grit, right? The third thing we're about to talk about, character. Gaining those things while you wait, so that when you get there, you are well equipped to keep what it is that you can handle. I want you to record this. This is real basic. This is real practical, but it's good. I want you to record this. There is literally no need to ask God for anything you can't keep. That's powerful. Did y'all hear what I said? I don't know where that hiccup came from. There is literally no need to ask God for anything you cannot keep. That's anything. House, car, man, woman, job, money, business. It don't matter. There is literally no need to ask God for nothing you can't keep. And in fact, if you're anything like me, I wouldn't even want to ask God for nothing I can't keep. I don't want him to give me the nice car and then I got it for 3 months and then it get repossessed because I don't have the resources to maintain it, right? Or the space to keep it, right? I want to ask God to give me a new job and I get it. And then 6 months in, it turns out to be nothing like what I wanted. And then here I'm back on the job market, right? And so there's literally no need for us to ask God for anything we cannot keep. Almost as great as your prayer of asking God for something is asking him to give you what it takes to maintain it. Did y'all hear what I said? Almost as great as asking God to give you anything is asking him to give you what it takes to maintain what you ask for, right? So I be asking God for a new business or more business clients, but then I ask him for the time to maintain the clients or the better time management skills to maintain the clients that he gives me, so that he don't give me all these clients and then I end up losing them and get backwards momentum because I asked for something that could not be maintained. Does this make sense? Don't ask God to give you a new relationship and you ain't going to be able to have the time, the energy, the effort, or the desire to maintain it. Don't even ask. Okay? We are less than a week from Valentine's Day. So let me just go and put that out there. Don't even ask God to give you nobody new. You're not going to put in the effort. Or also equally ask him, hey, I want a mate. I want a man. I want a woman. I want a husband. I want a wife. But then say, God, give me the tools necessary to keep them. Give me the wisdom to keep them. Give me the ability to work on myself and focus on being the best version of myself so I can keep them. Absent of that, he could send all kinds of people in your life, but you'll never be able to maintain them. And what's the point, for real, of God blessing you with anything you cannot maintain? What is the point, for real, of God giving you anything that you literally cannot keep up with? So again, the great prayer, a good prayer is, God, give me patience to wait on what I want. A good prayer is, God, bless me with this. A great prayer is, God, give me the ability to maintain what you're about to bless me with. All right. So again, byproduct of impatience that we often end up receiving. There are three of them: determination, grit, and the third one is character. Let's talk a little bit about this. Character. Your character is not what people see. Your character is the part of you that people don't have access to. This is about to be good tonight. Your character is not what people see. Your character is the part of you that people, and that's probably worthy of recording. Your character is not what you see, but it is the part of you that people don't have access to. That's your character. And what makes character so powerful is that when we are asking God for patience, he oftentimes builds our character so that the private us matches what we display publicly. Ooh, this is a whole word. I'm going to say this again. When we're asking God to give us patience. Hey, God, give me the patience to hold on because I want this. Give me the patience to wait out because I want this. Give me the patience to believe that I'm going to get this. When we're asking for that, he oftentimes builds our character so that the side of us that nobody knows, so that the parts of us that nobody can see can be developed to match the parts of us that we portray to others. And this is the easiest example I can give to you. Ever met a person that on the outside, when you met them, they seemed really strong? You know, they gave you every indication they were strong. They gave you every indication they were tough. You know, they gave you every indication that they would be willing to go to war for themselves, go to war with you, go to war for whoever. They gave you every indication that they were strong. And then life happens. Situations happen. And instead of them growing through the difficult moments, growing through the pain, growing through the challenges, growing through all of those things that come their way, they look strong publicly, but privately, in personal spaces, they struggle to maintain the image, well, more than the image, the actual strength that they claim to have. And that oftentimes happens when we ask God for patience. When we ask God for patience, we sometimes get overwhelmed in the moment, right? Because then in the process of, man, I really feel like teaching this tonight. In the process of waiting on God to give us what we've asked for, part of that wait oftentimes includes opportunities to get what you asked for in a quicker way, or in an easier way, or in a way that will cause you publicly to still look like you're still cool and calm, opposed to embracing the challenge of the struggle. I don't feel like I'm explaining this well. Let me put this another way. When it comes to being patient and really desiring the things that you desire for your life, there is no such thing as an easy way out. Okay, don't ever forget that. When it comes to the things that you desire for your life, there is no such thing. That's probably bullet point worthy. When it comes to the things you desire in your life, there is no such thing as an easy way out. In fact, this is critically true. This is critically true for special things, right? When it comes to special things, there's no such thing as an easy way out. Because if it was, then everybody would have this thing that you claim to be special, right? You know, if having a law degree was so easy, then everybody would have one. You know, if owning a Maybach is so easy, everybody have a Maybach. All right. I've discovered that when it comes to the things we greatly desire in our lives, those things do not come without challenge. because they don't come without challenge, then it takes interpersonal character not to abort the process, but to endure the process so that you get what you want and you don't get a counterfeit. Here's an easy example to make this make sense. Some of y'all gonna get impatient. Some of you single folk gonna get so impatient with yourself and so impatient with God that you gonna do the unthinkable. Instead of you waiting on steak, you're gonna settle for bologna. You're gonna take the easy way out. I gotta have a man. I gotta have a woman. I told him last night on my Zoom, my live. We about to go into Valentine's season. A whole lot of folks gonna get desperate out here because they would rather spend the day with somebody, just anybody, than to spend the day with a quality somebody. And so when their character gets tested and they can just get somebody, it takes character to say, nah, I don't want the cheap way out. I'm good on that. I'll hold tight. I'll wait till what is it I really want. See, it takes character to do that. And see, people don't have character because in many ways, they want what they want right now, and they'll do whatever it takes to get what they want right now, not realizing that in your rush to get it, you end up forfeiting steak for bologna. And y'all, I don't care what you heard on social media. I don't care what your family told you. I don't care what your friends told you. You can put A1 sauce on it. You can put blue cheese crumbles on it. You can even cut slits in it and try to butterfly it. Bologna will never be steak. Are y'all listening to the old man? Bologna will never be steak on no planet that ever exists. And see, that's what happens. People get impatient. And when they get impatient, their character gets tested. And when your character gets tested, what's really being tested is how bad you really want what it is that you say you want. So I hear y'all, right? I'm just talking about relationships because we're close to Valentine's Day. And I know I have a lot of single people that tune in. I'm trying to help you. I hear you. We're going to find out in a couple of days how much you really want what you claim you want in terms of quality, or if you're willing to sacrifice your character and settle. Oh, the church quiet now. Y'all quiet. And the reason some of y'all quiet is because a whole lot of y'all going to settle just to get some flowers next Monday. A whole lot of y'all going to settle just to get somebody to call y'all next Monday. A whole lot of y'all going to settle. And you're going to compromise your character in order to receive something that is less than what you really desire. Don't do that. When we're being patient, our character has to be tested because our character then helps us. A tested character helps us to determine just how bad we want it. I want you to record that. A tested character helps you to determine how bad you want something. A tested character helps you determine how bad you want something. Don't tell me how bad you want something if your character ain't been tested. That's the truth. Don't tell me how bad you want something in your life if your character hasn't been tested in spaces of your life that are in opposition of the thing that you want. I don't want to hear it. You don't know how bad you want it until you've been tested for it. Until you've been tested for it, you don't know how bad you really want anything. And so that's the importance of character, right? When you're in the process of waiting, there's going to be a whole lot of counterfeits that are presented to you. Okay, that's in relationships, that's in careers, that's in what I have balked on job offers. I've been on jobs that I couldn't stand, got other job offers, and could have left the job that I couldn't stand and ended up on another job that was a good job. But the problem was it wasn't quite what I wanted. So I didn't leave where I was to go get another piece of bologna. Ain't no need to go and get a fresh piece of bologna. Just eat this bologna I got. Y'all can tell Pastor hungry. He ain't had dinner. Y'all can tell he hungry. He ain't had no lunch today. Are y'all listening to me? Right? You just hang tight with the baloney you got, because they ain't no need of leaving from baloney to baloney because you're in a hurry to have something. And that's where people mess up in life, love, careers, whatever. People get so in a hurry to have that they lose their character in the process of pursuit. Mm-mm. Don't lose your character. Don't let the test of the weight cause you to settle. Woo! 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 You read and record that. Don't let the test of the weight cause you to settle. There's going to be a whole lot of people next week that the test of the weight caused them to settle. And they're going to be sitting in Outback Steakhouse with a 6, and they could have been sitting in there with a 10. Y'all don't like the way I'm teaching. I don't care. They're going to be sitting at the Japanese restaurant Monday with a 5, and they could have been in there with a 9. Do not let the test of the weight cause you to settle. You could be working the dream job, but because you keep taking any other job that pulls you off your current job, you just end up everywhere. And that ain't nothing but another form of settling. Stop settling. Stop settling. If you're going to leave baloney for something better. But stop settling. Stop trying to take shortcuts. Stop trying to walk around. Stop trying to walk through the grass and walk around on the sidewalk. This is a very important life lesson. And we can apply that to any area of our lives and really see the value of going through a process. Here's the last bullet I want you to record. Then I'm going to load you down with scripture verses. I'm going to try to walk through as many of these as I can get through tonight. Here's the last thing I want you to record about impatience. Impatience is properly constructed through process. Impatience is properly constructed through a process. That's simple. Impatience, if we want to see impatience or patience have her perfect work, if we want patience to make us whole and entire, we have to go through a process. It is properly constructed through a process. If you tell me you want to be patient, I'm telling you, strap up your bootstraps, tie up your shoes, because you're about to go through a process. Patience is one of those things where you simply cannot receive patience without a process. They work hand in hand. You cannot say, God, give me patience, without expecting him to take you through a process that, again, builds determination, that builds grit, that builds character, that in turn brings you to patience. Right? So we gain determination, we gain grit, we gain character, we gain other traits as well as we go through the process of becoming patient. Okay? But patience is only properly constructed through a process. If you tell me you want to be patient, I'm telling you, you got to be willing to deal with the process. You got to be willing to go through something that over time constructs what it is that you're waiting for. Can't have it one way without the other. All right. I hope this is making sense. Y'all like this video, share this video. I've got about 10 more minutes. Now, let me give you a couple of verses that I want you to record. Okay. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9. Okay. Doesn't matter what translation. You can do whatever translation you want to. I'm just going to give you a ton of verses. You all type the verses in. You can either type it in if you're journaling. I don't have my journal in here tonight. It's in there. I've got to do some work after this. If you're journaling, write it in your journal. But I want you to record these verses because I want you to go back and read them. Okay. And my moderators, if you can try to catch these, this would be great. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9. Right. It, in essence, the New Living Translation says, don't be quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the bosom of fools. And what that in essence says is be slow to be angry. How do we become slow to be angry? Patience. Patience. Some of you have temper issues. You go from 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. and there ain't nothing patient about going from 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. Patience can't be present. Determination can't be present. Grit can't be present. Character can't be present. If somebody can get you so upset that you go from 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds with the drop of a hat, there's no patience in that. Okay, so patience even impacts how we respond to people, especially when it comes to a possible negative response. When people offend you, patience impacts how you respond in offense. Right? I can tell you and show you whether or not somebody has been working on patience in their life by how they respond to offense. Do they get mad real quick? Does it take them a while to get mad? Right? Do they roll things off of their shoulder, not take things so personal? And demonstrate determination and grit and calm and character when things are being thrown their way? Or do they just panic, go off? They laying everybody out every other hour. Are they on that tip? Because if they are, they're not operating in patience. Okay, patience should make you slow to respond. It should make you take that back. Patience should make you slow to react. When offense comes, patience should make you slow to react. It should make you slow to respond to people in a negative way. It should make you think 3 times before you speak once. Patience should make you backspace that status you want to type on social media when you feel like going on social media and laying everybody out. Patience will teach you to either hit the backspace and breathe and think about what you're going to type before you type it. Oh, y'all don't like this. See, patience puts your anger in check. That's what it does. Patience puts your anger in check. All right. So I want you to record that. Psalms 37, verse 7. Psalms 37, verse 7. Okay. Psalms 37, verse 7. New Living Translation says this: be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not yourself over the one who prospers in his way, over the man who carries out evil devices. All right. I like this verse because this verse says, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. Okay. It is a reminder that when it comes to us desiring things in our lives, the key to getting it is, number one, learning how to wait. And number two, not getting razzle dazzled when other people are prospering. Read the verse. That verse, Psalms 37 and 7, not only tells us to wait, but it says, don't get all fretful when other people are doing well. And see, some of y'all are like that. See, some of y'all gonna be like this Monday, Valentine's Day. You all right now, but when Monday coming, you ain't got no Valentine. Let me tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna be like, Lord, I was waiting on you. And then you're gonna start looking around at what everybody else got. And then all of a sudden you're gonna get fretful by what they got. And that ain't your job. Because when you get fretful by other people prospering, when you get fretful when other people get blessed, when you get fretful when other people have what you've been waiting on, then you have automatically stepped out of the realm of operating or working on patience. You can't do that, right? Part of being patient, ooh, this is good. Part of being patient is being okay seeing other people with what you want. That's a whole word, man. Are y'all listening to the old man? Part of being patient is being okay seeing other people prosper with what you've been praying for. You've been praying for the business. It's been taking you years. Somebody else prayed for a couple of months. They already got it. How you going to act? How you going to respond? You've been praying for a man, a woman for years. Sis, bruh, got broke up with last month. 3 months later, got the dream guy, got the dream woman. How you going to act? Because see, part of being patient is being okay when other people get it before you do. Woo! This is a word. Part of being patient is being okay when other people get it before you do. Don't ever forget that. See, we just think patience is the wait. That's the A clause of that verse. David continues and says, listen, while you're waiting, don't even fret when other people get it. Don't fret when other people are prospering in their way. They may be going about their own way of even getting it. They may not even be waiting on God. Heck, they might not even know who God is. But don't fret when they get it before you do. Because part of being patient is being able to be okay when other people get the blessing that you want and they get it before you get it. And I mean sincerely okay. Some of y'all be like, yeah, I'm all right. And deep down, you butt hurt. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you sincerely happy for other people having what it is that you want, and you can be okay before you get it. That's operating in patience. Okay? David takes it a step further. Look at the C clause. He says, be still, wait patiently. That's number one. Number two, he says, don't fret over people that prosper in their own way, who get it in their own way, who get what you want, they get it before you want. But look at the third thing he says, and also don't worry about the person who's carrying out evil devices, meaning don't get worked up over people doing crazy stuff. Because part of your patience development is being able to maintain your calm when you got to deal with craziness around you. See, many of you ask God for patience, and again, he sends you crazy, foolish, ghetto acting folk in your life to test the very thing that you claim that you are. And here you are acting a fool at work. You done got rolled up 3 times. You on probation, and you one more write-up from termination. Why? Because you let people who act crazy pull you out of what it is that you need for your life to maintain yourself. And what does that take, y'all? Go back to what I said earlier in the broadcast. It takes determination. It takes grit. It takes character. It takes calm. I like that, moderator. It takes calm. It takes the ability to just be cool, man. Like, don't let people get you worked up. Okay? That's a powerful verse. Don't forget Psalms 37:7. Proverbs 15:18. Proverbs 15:18. Proverbs 15:18 says, a hot-tempered man stirs up strife, but the person who is slow to anger quiets contention. You know how to calm down an argument? The easiest way to calm down somebody fussing at you is to talk calmly to them. This is practical stuff. Dr. Zed, what that got to do with patience? It got a lot to do with patience. Picture somebody in your face screaming and getting loud with you. Your natural inclination is to do what? Get loud back. Your natural inclination is to do what a lot of y'all do. Remind people of how old you are, how many mamas and daddies you got, and how folk ain't going to talk to you. That's your natural inclination. But all that does is put fuel on the fire. The way you calm that, the way you calm somebody fussing at you or trying to get at you, look at this, Proverbs 15:18. The person who's slow to anger quiets contention, quiets arguments, quiets disagreements, quiets disputes, quiets qualms. When you are patient and you calm and you slow to react, you slow to get angry, it can take somebody's level from 100 to 50. It's true. I had a student, and her mom on the phone. May have been early last week. My weeks are just running together. And she was very upset, and rightfully so. She was very upset because the university program that I'm managing did not manage her well, did not manage her daughter well. And the mama was upset. You know, the daughter, I told the daughter, we had a couple of email exchanges. I said, just give me a call. And she called me. And I didn't know mama was going to be on the phone. Mama got on the phone. And, the daughter was telling me about the frustration she had with the program and the things that have been going on. And I stressed to her, I apologize for the error of our space for doing these things. But then I talked to her about the things that have been corrected and how things were going to move going forward. And then the mama got the phone and said, listen, I just don't get it. I know this ain't on you, Dr. Talley, but look, I be taking days off work to do this, and I have to miss work to do this, and stuff ain't organized, and stuff ain't what it needs to be, and I can't keep doing this. And I looked her right in the face. She was really upset. I looked her right on the face on that FaceTime call and said, I understand. I understand. You have every right to be upset. You have every right to be mad. And she was loud. She wasn't loud towards me, but she was loud because she was excited. And I said, listen, I understand. You got every right to be mad. If I was a parent and it was my kid, I'd be upset too. And what that response did was, number one, it shocked her because it demonstrated the character to admit wrong, even though it wasn't my wrong. It came from my space. I had to own that. I run that space. It demonstrated character to admit wrong. But the other thing that it demonstrated is that when people are upset and they really have been offended or hurt, when you respond to them in patience and kindness, you don't get worked up so fast to get worked up. It can literally take that level from here to there. By the time the conversation was over, she was laughing. Me, her, and the daughter were on the phone laughing. Everything was well. She's excited about getting in the program. Everything had been resolved. And my voice didn't get any louder than what it is right now. Okay, so when we operate in patience, we can calm anger, right? We can calm anger. We can calm our tempers. We can calm how we respond to things, and that goes a very long ways. Let me give you this one last. It's one of my favorites, and it's Philippians 4 and 6. Okay, Philippians 4 and 6 is one of my favorites. Philippians 4 and 6, and it says this: do not be anxious for anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. Right? That's Philippians 4 and 6. It's one of my favorite verses. And it tells us, don't be anxious for anything, but by everything or through everything, by prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God. You keep reading, verse 7 says, and the peace of God that surpasses all of understanding will guard your hearts, keep your minds. It's a powerful verse because it says that patience teaches you not to be in a hurry. Patience keeps you from being in a hurry. And I've discovered this, that as I've matured, not just in age, but as I've matured spiritually, as I've matured emotionally, as I've matured as a professional, as a parent, one of the things that I've learned is the value of just waiting. I ain't in a hurry as much anymore as I used to be. When I was young, I used to need to have everything when I wanted, how I wanted. If not, sitting in the corner pouting somewhere like a 3-year-old. Not now. Life has taught me that there's value in the wait. And oftentimes while we are waiting, there are reasons why we're waiting that are bigger than what we can see, that then we understand better and better by and by. Learn how to operate in patience, because when you operate in patience, here we go, you don't be in a hurry for nothing. Let me make some of y'all mad real quick. Especially folks, that just dying for me to open the doors. And working on a plan. It's going to be a great plan. It's going to be rolled out well. But I was laughing with my board. It had to have been a couple of weeks ago, or it seems like maybe about a month ago now, maybe a month and a half ago. We're laughing about this. And I told him I'm in no hurry to explain nothing, to the general public. I know I'm working on a plan and I'm patient. When you operate in patience, you don't let people move you. And many of you have allowed people to move you because they force you. Hurry up and do this. I need this. I need this. What about this one? Don't let people make you anxious for anything. Haste makes mistakes. Okay? Haste, H-A-S-T-E, makes mistakes. Anytime you're in a hurry, you're more likely to make mistakes. Stop. You don't have to be in a hurry for nothing. Take your time. Know what you know. Prepare the way you need to prepare, and wait the way you need to wait. And when you do, things always work out the way they should. Y'all, I cannot tell y'all. There's so much I'm going to be able to share with you all, especially when we get back in the building in this hybrid schedule. But I cannot tell you the number of ways I have been blessed through this wait by just waiting. Being obedient, being patient, sticking to what I've been given. And I can't tell you the number of things that have happened that needed to happen before that building opened. Y'all have no idea. That comes through not being anxious. Just slow down, man. Wait. Everything, Romans 8:28, all things work together for the good. Literally, you've got to learn how to wait and be patient. And when you get to that place where you ain't anxious for nothing, let me tell you what happens. Stuff starts happening in your life. When you don't get anxious about getting a man, guess what? You start meeting men. I'm back on the Valentine's tip, trying to help y'all. You stop fellas getting so anxious about meeting women and being all up in everybody's DMs and just chill and work on yourself and focus on your purpose. All of a sudden, women start showing up. You stop getting anxious about having money all the time and just work on being more responsible for the money you got. Guess what? Better resources and opportunities show up. It's funny how that works, that when we take the grip off of life through anxiousness, then it releases things to come to us. Okay? So you got to be anxious. You got to be patient. You got to take your time. You got to wait. Don't be in a hurry for stuff. in a rush for stuff. Recognize that patience is one of those things that causes you to not only receive, but it causes you to be able to keep what you receive. I'm done, y'all. This bless anybody tonight? This is a very powerful lesson. I love talking about patience. This is a space that, frankly, personally, I've had to grow in. If I can be very transparent with you, really had to grow in this space because being younger, much younger, I just wanted stuff when I wanted it. If I didn't, it was a problem. Now I look at it like this: if I don't get things when I want it, there's a reason I didn't. And so while I'm waiting, I work on developing myself to become the best version of myself, so that when I get it, go back to the earlier part of the recording, so that when I get it, I'm able to maintain what it is that I waited for. And so I really believe this. Many times God does not give you the things that you want when you want them, because he knows that when you get them or get those things, it's going to slip right through your hands. You're going to be right back at square one, asking and Feliciating God, pulling a Felicia on God, begging him to do it for you again. I don't want a whole lot of do it again, God prayers. Just do it for me one time. Come on, y'all. We wouldn't even have to pray and ask God, hey, God, do this again. Do it again. You did it before. Do it again. Well, how about he just do it once and you take care of what he did, and then you don't ever have to ask him to do it again. Y'all don't like that kind of talk. That's where I am in my life. I don't want to have to keep going back to him. And I believe when you operate in patience, he does the same thing for you. Listen, y'all, let me pray for you. I'm out of time. It's 8 o'clock. I done ran over. I didn't even mean to go this long. I want to pray for you. If you got a prayer request, I want you to type it in the comments really quickly. Hurry. Really quickly. I want you to type it in the comments. It was a struggle to get up this morning, but I got up this morning. I get up 4:40. I get up at 4:40 in the morning. I pray over your prayer requests right up before I work out. And I want you to know that I'm praying for you this week. It does not matter what it is you are dealing with, going through, or facing. Prayer still works. And I want to pray for you. I want to pray for your family. I want to pray for your situation. We pray for everything concerning you. So type in your prayer request in the comments quickly. You got 25 seconds. Hurry. If you're watching live, type in your comments, your prayer requests. If you're watching the replay, you can still type in your comments or your prayer requests. You can also email your prayer requests to info@rehabcc.org. That's info@rehabcc.org. Email your prayer requests so that I can see your prayer requests. Just put in the subject line, prayer request. It gets routed to me, and I will review your prayer requests and make sure that we respond. I believe in this. I pray for you, and I believe the importance of prayer because somebody prayed for me one day, and I want to offer that to you tonight. And so if you've got a prayer request, I want to pray for you. I'm absolutely praying for you. Don't know who's moderating on Facebook, but I see that. Pray for me to get staff that want to work. Amen to that. I understand. I understand exactly what you're talking about, what you're going through, dealing with. I'm praying for all of you in your careers, your jobs, your health, your homes, your finances, whatever it is that you're facing, that God will continue to bless you. Clasp your hands like this, y'all. It's a sign, a symbol of faith. I want you to touch and agree with me really quickly. We're getting ready to pray, and then we're going to sow seed and get out of here. Let's pray. Father, in Jesus' name, thank you tonight for your word. Thank you for this time of sharing you've given us. I pray that something was said or done that has encouraged someone, challenged someone, even convicted someone to live for you, serve you, and be the best version of them. Help us, God, through our trials of impatience, so that we can not be anxious for anything in our lives, but as we grow in our patience, that you will continue to grow our determination, grow our grit, grow our character, grow our strength, grow our courage. Help us to understand the process that is attached to patience, so that when we come out of the process, we are everything we desire to be, everything you've called us to be, and more. Now, God, for every prayer request that's been typed on this live, that's been typed in the replay, that's been sent to our inbox, we lift these prayer requests up to you now. And we ask, God, that you would answer the prayers of your people. Make ways as only you can. Open doors as only you can. Meet needs as only you can. Fix hearts, minds, and situations as only you can. We thank you, God, for this week being a week filled with miracles, open doors, made ways, met needs, expected expectations in every area of our lives. As we, God, continue to wait patiently on you, we ask now that you would continue to build us up so that we might be strong, tough, and determined while we wait and go through. We thank you for these things and count them done in Jesus' name. Amen. Do me a favor. I want you to type in the comments really quickly. It is so. Quickly. It is so. It is so. If you prayed that prayer of faith, I want you to type in the comments really quickly. It is so. It is so. Every time you say amen, you're simply saying it is so. The word amen translates to it is so. So I want you to type that in the comments really quickly. And I want you to know that I am indeed praying for you. I'm praying for your family. I'm praying for your situation. I'm praying for your circumstance. I'm praying for everything concerning you, that God not only answers your prayers, but that he does it sooner than later. I believe that. And in the event that he doesn't do it sooner than later, hold on until later shows up, right? It's going to build your patience. It's going to build your character. It's going to build your grit. It's going to build everything that you need to be successful and more. Listen, I want to challenge you quickly to give. If this message, if this ministry has been a blessing to you, I want to challenge you to give, sow a seed tonight into this ministry really quickly. I thank you, those of you that continue to give, that continue to tithe, that continue to give, those of you that even participated in Super Sunday this past Sunday. I want to challenge you to give tonight. If this message, ministry, this broadcast has been a blessing to you, you can give one of three ways. You can give via CashAPP at $REHABCCGIVE. That's CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. You can give through our website at www.rehabcc.org. That's www.rehabcc.org. And simply choose online giving, or you can give through our by texting REHABWORKS. Text REHABWORKS to 88202. That's REHABWORKS to 88202, and right to your cell phone, you will get a prompt. Click on that prompt, and you can give right from your cell phone. Again, CashAPP, $REHABCCGIVE. Website, www.rehabcc.org, and choose online giving. Or you can text REHABWORKS to 88202, and you can give through either one of those three mediums. And we promise you, God is going to bless you. How? Good measure, pressed down, shaking together, running over. He's going to send people into your life to be a blessing to your life because of how you give. Listen, I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Thank you again for allowing me to make the last minute adjustment tonight, both in time, but also in topic. We will continue our series of maintaining a healthy headspace. We will finish that next Tuesday. And I will make plans to see you all on Sunday, 9:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here at the Rehab Christian Center. We'll have a very powerful word for you, and cannot wait to see you and your family this Sunday. Do me a favor, make sure you share this video with somebody. Y'all invite 5 people to church. Don't just read it in the post or on the text. Invite 5 people. Tell them to tune in this Sunday. And we promise you they're going to be blessed for this. All right. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. I'm rooting for you. I want you to have a phenomenal week. And we will see you on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, right here at the Rehab Christian Center. All right. I love you guys. I'm praying for you. Peace and blessings.
For watching the Rehab Christian Center live experience. If this broadcast has been a blessing to you and you would like to be a blessing to our leader, Dr. Zeb Talley III, you can sow a seed into his ministry by CashAPP at $Pastor ZT3. It is our prayer that this message of hope encourage, enlighten, and empower you to be better. Please tune in Sunday at 9:08 a.m. for our Sunday morning experience. And as always, be blessed.